Hello everybody, Suffolk Andy here, having a nice little Sunday afternoon ride out on the Viago. First time I'm really going to give it a good ride, try and scrub this back tyre in a bit. Roads are a little bit hit and miss, but let's see what she can do. Anyway, I was thinking to myself, got both me bikes out of the garage this afternoon, looked at them both, and I thought, I've got a ZZR 1200, 160 horsepower on the back tyre, and I've got this Virago, a cruiser chopper looking sort of bike. And I thought, well, what sort of bloody biker am I? You know, if you look around the biking fraternity, you can see the camps. They're all in camps, different sort of bikers, sort of different tribes. You know, I've been out on to ride outs, you know, with fun runs, and you pull up into the car park to get organised and get on your way, and you usually find, I didn't even know there was a bike shop there, you usually find that they're all in their groups. You have the Cruiser boys and the Harley Davidson boys, and then you have the Sport Tourers and the Sport Bike boys, all in their little camps. They don't sort of mix, they're all talking to each other. You know, you have the Cruiser boys who seem to like the old tassels on the old handlebars and the big old suitcases on the back, you know, that sort of stuff. Wearing the old sort of old-fashioned leather jackets, which they wear with the tassels all off the arms, piss pot helmets and stuff like that. I don't think I'm going to go on this main road today. I'm going to keep off it. I'm going to go this way. A little bit more scenic round if I keep off here. Yeah, so you know, and then you got your sport boys and their baby grows and their onesies, and then you've got the sport tourer boys, probably in a two set piece of levers and their touring boots on, and they're all in their different groups. They never really intermingle. So it comes back to that old chestnut. We're all supposed to be brothers and sisters on motorbikes. It's supposed to be a brotherhood. You know, would you, if you went down the road and you see some poor biker at the side of the road, it's quite clearly that he's got problems with his bike, would you stop and say, hey mate, do you need a hand? What about if you was on your R1 or something and you saw a big old chopper bike at the side of the road with some big old burly looking, you know, Hell's Angel? Would you stop and say, hey mate, do you need a hand? You probably wouldn't. But if he was on another R1, you probably would. You'd pull over and say, hey mate, you alright, you know, can I give you a hand? You know, so this brotherhood of biking, we should all be together. And what I've noticed when I go on YouTube and the people I've subscribed to on there, you know, all over the world, they're all on different bikes. Some of them are on Triumphs and some of them are on, you know, sport bikes and whatever. They're all on different bikes. They're all watching each other's videos. You know, it's not like when I had my, you know, when I only had my ZZR, I wouldn't watch anybody on a chopper bike, because I would. If I put it on and the old boy was on a chopper bike or a Triumph or something like that, I'd watch that and I'd still be quite happy with that. I wouldn't go, oh, I'm not watching that, he's not on one of my sort of bikes. But when you go out to the shows and different things, they're all in their little groups. I can remember going on the Triangle Fun Run, and when we got to the pub, which I was talking about the other day on the blog I done, we got this pub and, you know, we're all there, but we were still all in our groups. All the Hell's Angel looking ones and the chopper bike boys were all together. Even the bikes were parked up together, you know what I mean? They were in sort of sections. So, what sort of biker is it if you've got two different sorts of bike? You know, if you ride a sport bike and you've got a chopper bike as well, or a Virago like this one, you know. And I can honestly say, and I've said this on several different blogs I've done since I got this bike, I don't know why I've got it. I've got no idea. All my life as a biker, I detested them. I used to actually take the piss out of them and call them tractors. Yeah, I said, oh, well, somebody said, look at that Harley, isn't that lovely? And I go, it's a tractor. It's a bloody tractor. I said, if you need to ride your bike by day and play your fields by night, get yourself a Harley. You know, slow bloody things. These roads are terrible. Slow bloody things. So I was a piss taker of cruiser bikes like this one. Now I've got one. Don't know why. I'm sitting here riding it today. Roads are pretty shit. I can't say I'm just not enjoying it, because I am. So I think more of us bikers can understand where a lot of other bikers are coming from. God, look at these roads, man. If a lot of bikers could just get round here, because it's like shitty grease. Suffolk roads, man, in the winter or the autumn are horrendous. Yeah, so if bikers could get together and have a look at each other's sort of way of thinking about biking, I think that would make a lot of improvement with us all. You know, if you went to a bike meet and all your mates are on their R1s or their Sport Tourers and everything else, you know, and you see all the old cruiser boys over there with their big old Harleys and Viragos and all those big old new ones they bought out, and you went over to one of them blokes and said, hello mate, nice bike. Even if you thought in your head, what a freaking horrible tractor. But if you said, hi mate, nice bike, you know, he'd talk to you. He'd tell you all about it. You might get an insight to what that guy is thinking about, how he thinks about biking, you know. You know, at one time with my bike, and all I thought about when I was younger was speed. I wanted speed. Anything slow, I wasn't interested. You know. I'm going to cut back round here, because I'm not really sure where I am actually. And I live in this part of the woods. Look, let me have a look. Netley. What the friggin' heck is that? Anyway, let's go this way. So anyway, yeah, if you went over and said to the guy, you know, nice bike, he would talk to you about it, and he'd probably then ask you about your bike. You know, I've never tried to get into the sort of minds of other bikers, you know, cruiser boys or whatever. But I think if we did, we could all work together a lot better, because I think the biking fraternity years ago, you remember, in the 60s, you had the mods and the rockers, and most of the rockers all had sort of British bikes, BSAs and Vincents and all that sort of stuff. They didn't have any Japanese bikes, so they were all in together. They didn't have that pick. And let's face it, we have such a pick of motorbikes today. They never had them in them days. You just had some British old bike that spilt oil everywhere and was as slow as a friggin' slug. You know, so, but today, you've got choice. So many bikes out there to choose from. So many styles. And I'm not saying to everybody, you know, just get out there and love every bike, because you can't. I don't love every bike. I see some bikes, I think they're hideous. And one of the most hideous ones, I think, are the BMWs with the old engines sticking out the side. I don't know what they call them. Been out since the war. I think they're hideous looking engines sticking out the side of your bike. But everybody will tell you, they're a good bloody bike. They go on forever, you know. They hold their price and whatever. But it's not for me. Oh, I'm the old cyclist. I'm going to have to do a blog on cyclists, and I take a bit of piss out of them. Yeah, so, you know, we're spoilt for choice. We're not like the mods and rockers in them days. Spoilt for choice. You know. And you got bikes nowadays that suit all sort of abilities. All sorts of bikers, you know. Not everybody wants to get out on a bike and win BSB, you know. I thought we see them come around. That's a nasty little corner. Yeah, not everybody can, bloody hell. Not everybody can win BSB. Not everybody can win world superbikes, you know. Your ability's not there. I certainly couldn't do it. But, yeah, so you got all different bikes for all different abilities. You can go out there and you can pick all these different bikes. They're all different. They've all got their different characters, their own strengths and weaknesses. But I think if we could have gone back to like in the 60s with the rockers, I think they were more at one with each other as a group of motorcyclists than we are today. We're just split up. We're in different camps. But it shouldn't be. We should be in everybody's camp, you know, working together, stopping, you know, people who are against motorcycles and against what we do. You know, there's a lot of people out there who hate us, and because we're divided into sections, we're not a decent fighting force to take these friggin' pricks on, you know. They got us divided because we're all in different camps, you know. So what I'm saying is, lads, you know, when you're out next time, if you're out on your sport bike or you're out on your cruiser, go and talk to the guy who's got a cruiser or a sport bike. He's going to talk to you, you know, and you'll get on like a bloody house on fire. You know, old or young, don't make the difference. You know, I can honestly say at the moment, I ain't got a clue where I am. I live out this area. Anyway, yeah, talk to each other. You know, it's well worth it. Right, oh, I think I know where I am. Oh, there's a sign for Ipswich. So I'm going to make my way back now. But I still haven't, is that this one? Yeah. I still haven't actually worked out what sort of biker I am. Giving you all a lecture on different sorts of bikers. So what does it make me now? I've got a cruiser bike and I've got a sports tourer. Completely different ends of the scale. You know, this one to me is like a slug, a tractor puller, as I said, and the other one's a hyperbike. I seem to, some reason, and I don't know what it is, seem to like them both. Whoa, it's pulled away well there. I'm going to give this old bike some bullets now because I've never took this bike up to any speed. I think I'm in top gear now. Whoa, my God. Right, that's it. I'm on the speed limit now, so I better keep it there. Not used to this. The old wind straight at me, you know, like I'm in my old armchair. But she's going well, she's running well. As you can see, I'm doing the legal limit of 70. Yeah, there you go. Will that do me on here, I think? I could push it up a little bit more. I've got no screen on it, that's the trouble. Could push her up a little bit more, you know. No, I'm happy with this. You know, I'm going to do as many miles as I like this. I'm sitting in my armchair. Might as well have my telly in front of me. My TV times, pick out a few programmes, and sit here and watch them. No, seriously though. You know, so what sort of biker does it make you or me if you've got two different styles of bikes? And I know, like I said earlier, I watch, you know, loads of chaps' blogs or whatever, and you're all on different bikes, you know. And we watch each other's blogs. It doesn't matter what bikes we're on, and we like them. So when all I'm saying is when you get out there, intermingle, get together, become one, because then as one we can beat the people who really do not like us. And trust me, they're out there. So anyway, I think I've rambled on enough. I hope it all makes sense. If it doesn't, I am very sorry. But anyway, I think that's enough for me. Coming down the A14 at 65, let's get it back up to 70. There you go. 70 mile an hour on an old Virago. Suffolk Andy.